So, now we get into Legends. This episode was okay for me. There were some things that stood out, but it was mostly just the characters standing around going like, trying to figure things out, instead of actually, doing stuff. And, I wrote down, like, these are like the second pair of notes that, like, I wrote a lot of stuff down for. So, yeah. So let's get into it. So Malcolm Merlyn gets a visit from Reverse Flash and Damien Dark. Okay. They're basically there to recruit him to the Legion of Doom. Rip Hunter is still getting tortured. We saw that from the last episode. Where, they had George Lucas and all that. Yeah. I love that episode, by the way. The Legends try to find a way to rescue Rip. Now, I noticed that the Legends throughout this entire episode were basically just standing around going like, trying to figure out like what is causing all this. And basically I was just like, okay, like, let's get it going, let's get it going. And they were just standing around not doing much. So yeah, that's why ultimately this episode wasn't really that special to me. Okay. Alright. Martin and Jefferson go to see his daughter Lily. So, basically, Martin and Jefferson, they go to Central City in 2017 to see Martin's daughter Lily. Basically to find out how this machine that they have works. And so they do that, and they basically after that they take Lily to the Wave Rider so she could continue to help them out. The next plot point is that the rest of the team find out that Lily is a time apparition. So yeah, basically we find out during the Heroes vs. Aliens. That Lily is a time apparition and she never existed before he went back. Like, again, haven't seen a lot of Legends, so stay with me. Basically, no, basically. Alright. So, Merlyn makes a deal with Rip. Basically, he says, like, listen, if you be cooperative and everything, then maybe you'll come out of this alive. Maybe. It's basically what he says. And at this point, like, Rip is doing anything to stay alive. And remember, like, this is still when Rip has no idea that he's Rip. So, yeah. So, the next plot point is Lily finds out that she is a time apparition. This was a sad moment because directly afterwards, she talks to Martin about it, and he definitely gets sad telling her about it. I could see it in his face. I'd be sad if I had a daughter, and I had to tell her, like, look, you don't really exist. You're just a time apparition. Like, I would hate to say that to someone that I know. And then, like, throughout the episode, Merlin, Damian, and Rip were going on this bank heist right behind, and while Reverse Flash was gone. And throughout the episode, they've been trying to basically get this money, or as an artifact that is inside of this vault. And, you know, they're pretty unsuccessful at this. As a matter of fact, they trigger alarms and everything. And, you know, they were overall messy when they tried to do it. So, later in the episode, Reverse Flash is there. And he says, like, listen, like, I have to go. Like, we have to go because he's coming. Like, he's going to kill me. If we don't get out of here, he's gonna kill me. And we're basically wondering, like, who is he? Like, who is he? And then we find out by a huge reveal that it's actually the Black Flash that is after Reverse Flash. And the first time we see him since season 2, like, his face is grotesque. Like, when I was looking at him, I was grossed out. And then like, once they figure out who Reverse Flash is and the description of what he can do, the other, like they're standing in the background, but the other two are just like, all yours. So the Black Flash comes in and he's looking around, and I'm telling you, I was grossed out looking at his face. His face was grotesque. Like, it was literally disgusting. And I know that once those ghost things came in Flash season 2 and pretty much took him wherever they took him, they were, you know, they made him ugly. So I could see why he looks like that, but it was just so grotesque. Just so grotesque. So the next point is that Martin, I almost said Merlin. Martin and Lily make up, because after that emotional conversation that they had, basically talking about everything and how she's a time apparition, she was basically like she was sad and he was sad, and, you know, over time they made up. So, yeah. And then the final part is the Legion of Doom send Rip to kill George Washington. Now they send Rip back in time, and they send back in time to kill George Washington. I don't know why, but it was just weird to me. Like, out of all the people you could kill in history, like, well, yeah, I could see why now, because George Washington was so influential. You know, so, yeah. So, that's Legends. Now on to the last one, and, quite frankly, the best one, which is Powerless.